All right, Pick in Vegas and beyond. So on Tuesday, my next, what do you want to call it? I don't know what to call it. My next phase in my reselling business starts on Tuesday. Well, actually, by the time you see this, I'll probably already be doing it. So, I don't know. Basically, this coming Tuesday, the next phase of my reselling journey starts. I bought 2 new buildings because I have to, and I've been saying it a lot, but a lot of people don't know who the fuck I am and don't, you know, I don't do this like other people. I don't do this to be an influencer or a guru. That's why I don't show my face. It's another reason I don't show my face. It's because I don't give a fuck about being some kind of fake ass fucking YouTube celebrity. That's not why I'm doing this. I do this for myself, to document everything that I'm doing with my business. And with that being said, Tuesday, the 2 buildings that I bought will be delivered to my property where I'm standing right now, so that I can clear out this building, this warehouse that I've been using for the last going on 3 years now, I think. Yeah, I think it has been 3 years. Pretty damn close to it. But anyway, I've been using this. I bought this property like 3 years ago. And when we got the place, and I just noticed this thing is, oh, it's made like that. Okay. Anyway, I was distracted by this weird looking toy that I've never heard of before. But anyway, when I got the place, the inspector came in, we had a lot of issues. They had to rewire the electrical and a bunch of other stuff. Because whoever built the warehouse, they were in a rush. Because originally it was just this big metal building. And then at some point, they decided to attach the wood section that I'm standing in now to the metal building that's behind me. You can see the metal behind, the white metal behind me. That used to be the exterior wall of the original building. And then they built the section that I'm standing in at some point. But anyway, when they built this place, they didn't hire an electrician to do the wiring. So when the inspector came in, he threw a fit because they had old cords off of electronics and extension cords and stuff like that running through here, using that spliced together, using that for electrical wiring. So of course you can imagine how the inspector felt about that, and he wrote a book, literally a long ass thing of complaints about they need to fix this, that, and the other thing. And there was also issues with because this place has weird electrical in general. There's another, what do they call it? There's a breaker in here but there's another one. Like, this place has, like, I think altogether 4 or 5 different breakers, and most of them, when the inspector was here, were not in working order. So that was an issue, because the former owner of this place, who's now dead, he passed away, but the former owner of this place was too old to keep the place up to working order, so he had his family coming around and doing just whatever repairs needed done, and they didn't really know what the hell they were doing. So yeah. Anyway, and I'm still dealing with some other issues caused by people doing work on the property that didn't know what they were doing when they did the work. Like, in the house, I still have issues too because of bad electrical that was done in there. I've had to replace appliances 4 or 5 times since I bought the place because the wiring was so bad that it fried the appliances in the house. So anyway, oh, and there's also issues with the water that I don't even want to go into. We spent thousands of dollars on that because we weren't aware that, because they lied to us when we got the place. Well, it wasn't the former owner that lied. It was his family members who lied to us about, oh, that, like you would expect. They just wanted to sell because the place was cursed, which we didn't really know. And the reason I say that is because it had already sold before we ended up with it. And the guy who bought it died like 2 days before he was supposed to take possession of the property. So, yeah. And so then it wound up back on the market. And our asshole of a real estate agent or realtor, whatever you want to call them, basically stuck us with it because the real estate agent was lazy and didn't want to really show us anything else. So, and had a really fucked up attitude, which I still can't stand her because she's a complete and utter bitch. But anyway, she stuck us with this place, and I think she knew that it had issues because of the way she acted when she showed it to us. She was like rushing us through everything, and I think when she showed it to us, she didn't allow us to actually really take a close look at anything. Anytime I tried to really look at anything, she like hurried me to something else, or so. And not only that, I kind of figured there was something going on because the former owner's relatives showed up when we were looking at it and like was trying to talk it up and trying to pretend like it was like the greatest property you could ever find on planet Earth, even though it was not. But anyway, so yeah. All that being said, all the issues that I've dealt with on this property, and because of the property and everything, then after I'd already been here for like a year and a half or something like that, I already had like the warehouse set up the way I wanted it and everything. And then I get really sick. And it wasn't because of COVID or anything. I have had COVID multiple times, but I got really sick, and then I found out because I had someone come over here and check the warehouse, because at the time that I got sick, I noticed the only time I would get sick was when I was trying to work out here in the warehouse. Like, I would literally get so sick, I would like tumble over and like, it would make me dizzy. I would like, couldn't hold anything down. And then like, I would go in the house for an hour, 2 hours, whatever. All of a sudden I wasn't feeling like that anymore. But then I would come back out here for like half an hour, 45 minutes. All of a sudden it was back. So I had someone come over and check this place out. And that's when I found out about the stuff that's in here, that it's not safe for me to breathe. So that's going to be the next step after I get the stuff that's in here, because I still have a shitload of stuff in here that I have to list because I ran out of room, which is why I had to get 2 more buildings so I could put the stuff that's already listed in the other buildings, and then list the stuff that's not listed and then put it in the other buildings so I can have the people come in and get rid of that crap that's in here. That way I can be in here and don't feel like I'm going to fucking die. So, yeah. This is one of those, what do you want to call it? Like money pit properties, where you get one thing fixed and then something else happens. And it's been that way ever since we bought the place. Like I said, so. But it's home, and I I really, being here and building the business the way I have, I can't really see myself ever going anywhere else, just because of how easily I'm able to find things that I can sell for a lot of money here. Even when I lived in LA, I wasn't finding, I would find some really expensive shit in LA when I lived there, but it wasn't like a normal, thing where I would find really expensive stuff all the time. It's different here. I find like at least once a month here, I find something that's worth a hell of a lot of money. In LA, I would probably do that a couple times a year at most. But in LA, there's a hell of a lot of resellers too, which there are here too, but it's different in LA. The resellers in LA know what the fuck is going on. A lot of them around here have no fucking idea. But the ones in LA, they know.